Looking at the bottom of your camera, there's a mirror here and a mirror here. There's also a mirror on the back of this black patch. These are front surfaced mirrors, which are different from the mirrors that you're used to in your home or in your bathroom, in that the silver coating is on the front of the glass and not the back of the glass. This makes them technically better, but it also makes them very susceptible to scratching. Unless you absolutely have to, do not touch those mirrors. If you have to touch the mirrors, do so with the absolute utmost caution. Use the softest lint-free rag you can find. Barely touch it. My top recommendation would be not to touch them at all if you need to clean the mirrors. With the camera open this far, you can now clean, however, the inside of these rangefinder windows, which are on the other side. Again, be careful that you don't touch the interior surface mirrors. This is where you can clean the inside of the rangefinder windows. Here's the mirror. That's the part you don't want to touch unless absolutely necessary. Take a look at it. If it's fairly clean, leave it alone. You might want to hit it with a little bit of dust off at the very most. This is the mirror that allows you to see up through the viewfinder. Again, that's front surfaced. Don't clean it. Here's how your rangefinder mechanism works. By turning your rangefinder knob, that moves this arm up and down here, which in turn moves your film plane back and forth from your lenses, putting your pictures in focus. This is the rangefinder adjustment screw right here. What you're going to be doing, if your rangefinder is not in adjustment, is moving that screw in and out by putting a screwdriver in through the hole which you've opened up in the back of the camera by removing that screw. You're going to be going in and turning the screw in and out in order to adjust your rangefinder. This is a trial and error method. Picking an object outside at least 300 feet away and finding whether you're in focus or not by looking through the viewfinder and seeing if the top and the bottom line up on some vertical object, such as a tree or a telephone pole. If they're not, what you want to start doing is placing a screwdriver in through the back onto this adjusting screw and turning that screw in and out very little, a quarter turn at a time, and looking again at your tree or your telephone pole or whatever that object is 300 feet away until they match up. As you can tell, there's a shiny substance on the top of this screw. That's clear nail polish. It's easily broken. So when you start to adjust it, this will virtually fall apart, but it's just enough to tack the screw down so it's not going to move with vibrations. You're going to want to, at the end of adjusting your own rangefinder, take a dab of clear nail polish and put it right over this screw again. That way the screw's not going to move until you want it to. Please don't use anything such as super glue or you'll never be able to adjust your rangefinder again. Let's put your camera back together. We'll start where we finished, and that's on the bottom, putting the plate back over. We have the 5 brass screws that have to be replaced. Doesn't matter what order they go back in. Go very gently and slowly with these screws. They're brass, which means that they're very soft. And if you start it crooked, you're going to cross-thread the screw, which means you're going to start cutting new threads where you don't want them on the screw, and the screw will be worthless. Nice and straight and nice and slow. Take your time doing this. Okay, I've replaced all 5 screws on the bottom. Don't over tighten these screws. Just get them nice and snug. The next thing you want to do, and it's going to take me a while to clean up all of this mucilage that was put on here by some previous repairer, is to reattach this leather by using rubber cement. Get nice fresh rubber cement. Every office supply store has it. I'm going to skip that for the purposes of this tape since I have to go back in and do some more cleaning. You want to replace the screw that you took out of the back, the rangefinder adjustment screw. And again, this is brass also, so nice, just snug. Get it in there nice and snug and it won't be going anywhere. Now's as good a time as any to replace the back.